the decision to withhold all funding for basketball by Sport England could be brought up in Parliament. An online petition has been started asking for a Commons debate on January the 28th, just 2 days before an appeal hearing into the funding decision. Our reporter Steve Lee is at the home of basketball team Leicester Riders. Steve.
Yes, we're just an hour and a half away from the match between Leicester Riders and Surrey Heat. That's being played here, and with me are two Leicester Riders players and GB players, Drew Sullivan and Jamell Anderson. Drew, you took part in the Olympics. How was it, that experience? And did you think British basketball did well?
You know, we went there with an idea of what we wanted to achieve. I mean, we played against some of the best teams in the world. You know, we had a few close losses, which, you know, in retrospect, we feel like we could have won, or maybe should have won. But, you know, to have that experience, I mean, it was absolutely first class, and I sincerely hope that other young players who come up behind me will also have the opportunity to represent their country at Olympics or European Championships.
That may be in doubt now with the funding. How much of a kick in the guts was that?
I mean, you know, I guess everyone kind of knew that it would probably be, you know, a bit of a cut. But, you know, a cut of 100% was absolutely devastating, and, you know, it was... You know, unfortunately, you know, even though on a normal circumstance it would probably be demoralising, but, you know, the people in the basketball community in this country are a close-knit group, and, you know, tend to work really hard for each other. So, you know, we're not gonna just lay down and accept it. We're gonna continue to work hard to try and get that funding back.
Okay. Jamell Anderson, you're a young player. You're 22. I suppose the prospect of Rio in 2020, those are now in doubt for you, are they?
They're all part of my aims. I think that currently I'm playing pretty well with the team, and GB and the whole setup have really, you know, done a lot for me. And I think that obviously as a country, if we get behind it and try and, you know, sort out the problem that we've got at the minute, then hopefully Rio can become more realistic again.
Socially, this seems a bit unfair as well, because basketball reaches a lot of inner city people, a lot of kids, a lot of ethnic minorities. It seems that the sport's been penalised in a way.
Yeah, I've kind of gone through the whole system in England from school up until professional, so I had the experience of it all, and I've got a lot of credit to give to it, you know, like it's produced what I can do now. So I guess, you know, getting behind it and making sure that it continues is important for basketball in this country.
Well, Drew, if I can turn to you, they've had a development day here today, loads of young kids, and I guess as senior basketball players, you really want to see that continue.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, a lot of these young people, their aspiration is to represent Great Britain. And, you know, if there is no national team, there's a non-national setup, whether it be, you know, under 20s or futures or GBs for senior levels, then, you know, the fear is that we're going to lose a lot of these players. And like you said, basketball in this country, it is, you know, I guess targeted more to ethnic minorities and kids who are in inner cities, kids who don't have a whole lot. So the funding becomes that much more important, and I understand that from UK sports, their goal is to put money into programs that they feel like they can do well on like a international scene, and they don't feel like maybe they're not really responsible for the grassroots. But they have to understand that if there is nothing to aim for, then the grassroots stuff becomes irrelevant. So.
Thank you guys, and good luck in the game tonight against Surrey Heat. We hope you win. You won the BB Cup last weekend. So that's all from us here at the home of Leicester Riders, where the sport of basketball still very sore about those funding cuts.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay, coming up then.